Hey, I'm Captain Justin Leak with Panama City Inshore. Me and my buddy Darren Harrison, we're gonna come out here and do something different today. We're gonna do a little kite fishing. It's kind of breezy today, and in the fall, it's a good option to get the kite in the air, get your baits on the surface, and see if you can't find some dolphin, king mackerel, blackfin tunas, or even a sailfish. We're trying to catch Spanish sardines, and what we're doing is marking the school of bait on the bottom machine. And whatever depth we're marking them in, we drop the bait rig down and jig it. And when you get some baits on that sabiki rig, you want to just wind it slow and steady on up. If you go too fast, you only get that one that you hook. If you wait too long, then it starts getting tangled. So somewhere in between there is a perfect speed. And you'll see Darren will swing them in the boat. When you swing your rig in, you want to have a way to de-hook them into water. This way we don't ever have to touch the bait. Sometimes it's a fresh, lively bait will make a big difference. Then we'll just put them straight into the live well. Most of the time when we're kite fishing out here, we are just looking for bait. If we're marking bait scattered over a large area, we put a drift sock out and try to drift through the area to cover some water. If we're seeing a lot of bait concentrated in a small area, we'll go ahead and anchor up, get the kite baits out, and just concentrate on that area where the bait's holding. Kite fishing requires a lot of specialized tackle, but you can get most of this in local tackle stores. I know Howell Tackle is where this electric reel came from.
Hi, this is Rick from Howell Tackle Supply. Come by and see us to get ready for summer fishing. Live bait, rods, reels, and all the tackle you need. Make Howell Tackle Supply the last stop before you get to the water. We have the latest and greatest, plus all the tried and true fishing gear you've always used. From ice to the latest from Guy Harvey, Costa Del Mar. Howell Tackle Supply has just what you need. Open early Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. 3100 West Highway 98, Panama City, Florida. Howell Tackle Supply.
When you only have one shot, one chance, there are only two names to remember: Browning and C&G Sporting Goods. C&G carries the full line of Browning rifles, shotguns, handguns, knives, and clothing, like the Browning X-Boat. Every component of the Browning X-Boat works together to deliver the most critical feature: total accuracy. Visit C&G Sporting Goods today, because you don't want to miss that one shot.
This is a SFE adjustable kite. This one's made to fly in anywhere from about, they say 5 to 15, but if you get near either extreme, it's pretty hard to keep them up. It has an adjustable bridle right here in the middle for different wind conditions. Most kites, you gotta experiment with them. They all have their own attitudes, and you'll find certain places they like to fly. What we do here, we have a ceramic ring that's going to go through the clip, and now when I let the kite out, it's going to take our line on out with it. This is what kite fishing does. It keeps your bait right near the surface, and once we get it out to a set distance, we'll stop them and just keep them just a foot or two below the surface. We have some pilchards over here that we cast netted earlier. Darren's gonna throw a few of them in and kind of keep these fish fired up and chummed up. Oh, there you go. Oh, we got them. Click reel. Got them on. Yeah, just follow them on around. Oh, yeah, there's another better one. Now we're just gonna stick this guy in the rod holder, and we'll keep that one, Darren. Oh yeah, there's a whole school of them here. Oh. Oh, that one jumped off. That front fish did. That's all right, here you go. Oh, oh. Hold on. Look at him right here. Oh, he got it. Yeah, there's a gap right under there. Look under the gun right there. Just let him go, Darren. Yeah, I want that one. Yeah. You see that little gap? I know. I got a rod and a bait too. There's more too. All right, we're just gonna leave that guy in the water. He's not real big. You straighten that back box, please, Darren. Go ahead and lift that box up. You got him? All right. Yeah, he's gonna. I say, watch him get all lit up on this. But here, hold on. Oh, golly, got it. Oh, he came off. Oh, that'll look cool. Came off. Oh. All right. We'll grab a new bait real quick. That's all right, he's wrapped up around that anchor line. There we go. When you hook up with a dolphin, you ought to always watch them coming in. Like this one, for example, had 5 or 6 following them. So we're going to keep one in the water here, and this way we can keep the whole school around and catch a couple more. I think they've left us now, though. That's good to have on video.
That's good.
Fish goes in cooler, lid shut, let him do his thing. That camera. There we go. That's some better film. Now we just need that king mackerel that we're missing.
We'll get him.
I know. There are some advantages to kite fishing over flat lining baits or trolling baits. The main advantage is getting all your line out of the water. You know, generally when we're out here, we're fishing in real clear water. If you're fishing in cloudy or muddy water, you're probably not going to see any dolphin or kings or sailfish or anything like that. So just by nature, we're in really clear water. And getting your line out of the water makes a more natural presentation with your baits. When a fish swims up to a bait and it's got a heavy wire leader and swivel and hooks and you know, and all the line coming off, it's not real natural looking. And some fish can be really shy to the leader. So this basically gets all that out of the water where they can't see any of it. Also allows you to get your bait a long way away from the boat and still be able to fish them up near the surface. And of course, one of the most important parts is the fun factor. Every bite you get should be right on the surface.
I got something on there.
Oh yeah, you got it. Oh, nice one. Nice one. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. There you go. Yeah. Get the other bait away. Hold on, let me put a filter down right here. Oh, you're all right. Just let him go.
I'm just trying to keep some tension.
Okay. Oh, we got him. That's a dolphin too. Yeah. There you go, let him make it. Oh, he's on this one too. All right, 2 dolphins.
Oh, I got it.
Hey, you hold the rod, you hold that. Oh, hold on, you want to? I can't let him miss this one. This one was on for a while. Oh, there. Look at him back there.
Back there. Look, he's looking at the bomber. Get you alive.
Oh, come off anyways. I know. It's good TV. Look at there. There's going supper. All right, here you go. You're open. You're good. Just go straight in. Oh, look, they're right here behind us too. Just for you. All right. Yep. Grab one of the spinners there. No need. Oh, there we go.
Don't you worry about me.
Oh, does that still got something on it? No. Oh, I think that kite rod's got one too. Yep. Oh, shoot. Yeah. You got one on here too on the kite, this kite. Yeah. I'm sure he's about to drag you a few more back. Oh, that one come off. That was a big one too. Got too greedy. Lost the big one on here.
How big is that?
This one's small here.
How
Never mind.
He was so calm.
I think you can just flip him. Oh, my bad. Nah, there we go. That, we're ready to come off the gas. Yeah. Hold on, let it out. Yeah, believe it or not. And that's why when you go kite fishing to have a capable crew, because it can get chaotic quickly. I guess that's dolphin fishing in general though.
Cool beans.
The Panama City Marina and St. Andrews Marina are your one-stop shop for anything that you need on the water. You can come in and get ethanol-free Valtech fuel, live and frozen bait, ice, snacks, and your favorite beverages are just a few reasons we're a Bay County boater's favorite on-the-water store. Tired of the stress of a boat ramp? Whether it's covered, uncovered, or on a lift, we've got slips that fit your needs. Stop in our store at 1 Harrison Avenue in Panama City or call 872-7272.
The Captain Anderson makes fishing a breeze. There's a galley on board, and your comfortable trip is all-inclusive. Rod, reel, tackle, bait, and your fishing license. The traditional all-day trip from 7 to 5 p.m. Come aboard the Captain Anderson for a relaxing day of bottom fishing. There's plenty of room, so bring the whole family. It's a whopping big adventure, and that's no fishtail. The Captain Anderson is located at Captain Anderson's Marina, where the fish are always biting and the kids are always smiling. Please call for cruise schedules.
When you're kite fishing, you can use circle hooks, J hooks, wire, no wire. There's a lot of different options. We've been catching a lot of kingfish while we're doing this, so we're going to take a small hook and we're going to put a little short piece of wire, probably only about a 6-inch piece of wire, and we'll probably still get cut off some. I think that goes along with any king fishing. You get cut off eventually, but a little piece of wire will keep it stealthy looking and allow us to catch some of the kings also. The way I'm going to attach the wire to our fluorocarbon leader, I'm just going to put an Albright in it. So I'm just going to kind of make a loop where I want the wire to connect. We'll wrap it down a couple times and then wrap it up, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 times. And then I'll go ahead and trim my fluorocarbon, but anywhere my wire connects, I'm going to bend it and break off the tag end, and then that way it doesn't hurt your fingers, cut you open when you touch it.
Panama City living is simply better without glasses. The Eye Center of North Florida offers the most advanced surgeries, including lifestyle lens implants for cataract patients and custom view blade-free LASIK. Both procedures leave you with clear vision, and in most cases, glasses-free. The Eye Center of North Florida.
9 doctors, 1 vision, yours.
Sunjammers and Hobie Kayaks provide the ultimate lightweight fishing platforms that will offer anyone what they need when it comes time to hit the water. Hobie Kayaks' commitment to innovation, quality, and owner satisfaction is unparalleled in the industry, and the service and selection provided by Sunjammers Water Sports is top-notch. So when it's time for you to go kayak fishing, there's only two names you need to remember: Sunjammers Water Sports and Hobie Kayaks. Sunjammers Water Sports is located on the west end of Panama City Beach and online at sunjammers.com.
Hi, it's Captain Scott Lindsay here. Welcome to Panama City Beach. Let's talk a little bit about beach fishing. Fishing on the beach, there's several fish you're probably going to catch. Pompano, whiting, redfish, and of course sharks. Everyone lives in a different area out here. Most people take their 4-ounce lead and throw it way too far out. You'll find your whiting and your pompano early in the morning, especially right in between the beach and that first little sandbar that you see out there. Beyond that sandbar, you're gonna run into your redfish. Pompano are out there too, whiting are out there too, but the most of them are gonna be right in there where I'm telling you, right in between the beach and there. Later on in the day, as the sun comes up, these fish move on out to deeper water. They don't like a lot of daylight on them. That's when you want to try to throw as far as you can. That's what that 4-ounce lead will come into. So just remember, early in the morning, you don't have to throw as far as you know how. You can throw out 100 feet and still get in pompano and whiting. Beyond that, redfish, most probably. I don't care anything about catching a shark, so I mean, I don't know where you catch one of them anywhere. But just remember, you don't have to just throw from here to Cuba to get a good cast. And then after you get your rod out, walk back to the beach, put your rod in the holder, wind it tight. There'll be a little bend in your rod. Very little, but a little bend. This lead will dig in the sand. That does two things. It tells you when you're getting a bite, and it also will hook the fish. If there's a lot of slack line there, a fish may pick it up, spit it out. But if it's very tight, it'll jerk him back and hook him. So just remember that it's very important to keep this rod tight. You don't want a lot of slack line down in it and where people walking along getting hung up in it. Just very tight, and just keep an eye on your rod. If you see it just bumping like that, get up, walk over by it. Something is messing with it. It's not necessarily what you want, but something's messing with it. If a pompano gets on there, it's going to scream off. You'll never forget the pompano bite. It is something to behold. There are several baits you can use down here. They're all good. Shrimp, everything eats shrimp. I eat shrimp, you eat shrimp, all the fish eat shrimp. Pompano fishermen prefer sand fleas, and you can catch sand fleas with a sand flea net. You just take it, go right down to where the water's breaking, and sometimes you can see these sand fleas, their little eyes stick up, and they live in communities. They hundreds of them. And you take this rake and get between them and the breaking waves, and you just rake back, and you'll catch 8 or 10 at a lick. Sand fleas are good. Early in the morning, they're real good. Shrimp, you can buy at any seafood dealer. You can buy them at the grocery store. You can buy them in cups, frozen. I prefer a fresh shrimp, non-frozen. You prefer fresh food too. You take the shrimp and pop the head off, and then a lot of people will peel it. Peel it right on down, get the shell off, and that would be the part that you would eat. Take the hook, start at one end of the shrimp, and just thread it on, like so. A fish would have a hard time biting that without getting some sort of that hook stuck in his mouth. If it's real rough, you're gonna have to use about a 4-ounce lead. And you notice what kind of lead this is? It's a pyramid lead. Don't use a round lead or an oval lead or one that looks like an egg. It will roll up and down the beach. This pompano rig here, you can buy these already made up. They come in 2s and 3 hooks, whatever you want to use. You need a good sand spike. This one, you do not have to drive in with a hammer. You can drive it in with your arm. Just push it into the dirt. Always put your sand spike in first before you do anything. Put your rod inside of it, then you can roam around, do what you got to do. You got your rod and your sand spike. You don't have You don't have your lead down in the sand, getting sand on your bait. You can bait it all up right here, just like this. And the sand is your enemy down here. You don't want to get it in any of your equipment. Generally, when you come down here in the morning, the beach is deserted. There'll be no swimmers. But as the day goes on, you're gonna have swimmers. Now, if they come over and get by you, there's not much you can do about that. But you don't want to go over there and get by a bunch of swimmers and try to fish. Number one, they run the fish off. Number two, you don't want to hook anybody. But I will tell you this, if you catch a pompano and you don't have an ice cooler or anything, bring him up in the sand, dig a hole about a foot deep, put him in it and cover him up. He'll stay just as cool if he's in a cooler. If you have any questions about where to fish, how to fish, where to get bait, most of these tackle shops right here will be glad to oblige you, especially if they can sell you some bait. So just don't feel like you're all by yourself down here. This is enjoyable fishing. It's cheap fishing. You don't have to have a boat. All you gotta have is a car to get to the beach. And if you got somebody with you, it's just an enjoyable time.
Hey, this is Mikey from Sunjammers Water Sports in historic St. Andrews. This is your Bay County fishing report. So I actually just got a report from my fishing buddy, Ryan McNeil. He went offshore for the first time today this season, and it's about the end of it. Weston Steve said today it was probably gonna be his last day, but they're still out there. Ryan was out about 1.5 miles, caught 2 kings and a big Spanish. He caught some bait about 500 yards off the beach with number 8 sabikis, trolling around. And he hooked up and had a big time.
Today we hit the Gulf. Me, Weston, Steve, and buddy Gary went after kings looking for blackfin tuna. Happened to only find big Spanish and king mackerel like the ones you see here. Started out the day, it was probably about 60 degrees first thing in the morning. Headed out just past the breakers, about 300 to 500 yards. Dropped down to number 8 sabiki to get the cigar minnows, just bigger than your palm. After we hooked up and probably got about a dozen apiece, we just started trolling another 1 mile to 1.5 miles back and forth down the shoreline and just waiting for a big mackerel or a blackfin to jump on. The rigs we used today was about a 6,000 to 8,000 size reel trolling. I used 40-pound braid, 40-pound fluorocarbon, also throwing on metal leader made by Weston Steve, thank you. And that's all we did. The swells came up, so we were off the water by 1 o'clock. It was probably about 2 to 3 foot swells, incoming tide throughout the day. And weather did warm up, but definitely got a little sketchy out there, but it is the last warm day before this last cold front comes in.
For your latest fishing report, go to BayCountyOutdoors.com and make sure to give us a like on Facebook.